Welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. Joining me is Vidya Balan on this web chat to talk about Shakuntala Devi, her next film. Vidya, first and foremost, how's the lockdown life treating you?
Hi, Rohit. Um, Lockdown's been fine, actually, no complaints.
Right,
Lots of time to myself, lots of time to introspect,
right,
do things that I otherwise didn't get the time to do.
right.
I tried my hand at cooking, not too much. Like, I'm not baking crazy stuff like so many people are. They've been posting videos and all, none of the sort.
Okay.
But, also, I think I've this time for Diwali, I won't need to clean my house as such because I think I've gone through many rounds of
Cleaning.
Diwali cleaning, but also just, watching stuff. I've been doing lots of videos, spending lots of time with family,
Wow.
as in with Siddharth.
Yes, yes, right.
And yeah,
Right.
I've become more self-reliant. I can shoot my own videos now.
That is so amazing. And the fact that we are doing this, that in itself says
Yeah.
that, that this is really, these are different times and we're all coping well, I can say.
Yeah, I think we're all doing the best we can under the given circumstances.
Sure. Sure. Since this film is about someone who was just exceptionally good in math, I want to take you back in school to St. Anthony's, where you were. I was in the next school right next door.
OLPS.
Yes, yes. Tell me, was it one of your subjects?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I actually did fairly well at math.
Wow.
I loved numbers, Rohit.
Right, right.
So, I could remember numbers very easily.
Yeah, yeah.
Right from
That's
your
great.
phone numbers to birthdays to everything. But now, because you depend so much on the phone, वो आदत
Yes.
छूट गई थी.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
thanks to Shakuntala Devi, now I've realized I still have it in
You
me. I
still
can
have it.
still remember numbers.
A lot of her account is there on the internet to see her. Some interviews are on YouTube, the way she spoke and all that. You obviously had a great script. Did you go through those interviews, how she spoke? Did you talk to
Course.
some people around her?
Oh, absolutely did. And everyone said, I remember someone told me that they met her in school and they said, because she went to schools all over the country to do shows. So you
Right.
won't imagine the number of people who've told me, she'd come to my school, I've seen her show,
Wow.
or, almost every second person, Rohit, it's incredible. And I
Amazing.
keep thinking, how is it that I miss meeting her,
Right, right.
I seem to be the only person who didn't meet her. But she was the kind of person who said, if you complimented her, she'd say, yeah, I know. Am I not amazing?
Yeah, yeah.
She was that. So we had to capture that in her
Yeah, yeah,
personality.
yeah, yeah.
She
In fact,
was,
yeah,
she loved herself, which I think is so inspiring. So I went through interviews and,
yeah.
Anu Menon, the writer director, and Nayanika,
Mhm.
the co-writer, they interviewed her daughter and son-in-law at
Okay.
length. They have hours of those interviews. And
Okay.
of course, whatever was available on the net and other
Right.
sources, we explored everything. And I think Anu's tried to put together, um, it was difficult to choose actually.
Yeah,
But
what all to
there
put.
are still some things that we discuss and we say, काश कि वो भी use कर सकते पर 2 घंटे की film है, you can't just keep
Yeah,
adding stuff. But
correct.
I think I had to do a lot of research
Sure,
to
sure.
get a, because to get a hang of the person she
Person.
was,
Right.
not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the performer.
Performer.
Because
In
she
fact, what you're
performed
saying
maths,
is so
huh?
true.
It
Yeah.
was like a magic show.
Mhm. In fact, what you're saying is so true. I was just, doing some research, and like you said, she always had an answer which would be show confidence in herself. And someone asked her, "What challenges you?" She said, "Nobody challenges me. I challenge myself." This was
Yeah, exactly.
always her answer. Right.
Exactly.
Also apart from that, she was very out of the box, and then she did her research and wrote the book on homosexuality. She joined
Yes,
politics. Is any of that covered as well in your film?
all of that.
All of that is covered. Wow.
Yeah.
So you packed
Yeah,
in everything
because
into us.
as much as we could, there
Yeah.
are, like I said, there are some things that we've had to let go of,
Mhm.
but otherwise it would have required a web series.
Right.
But maybe we can do that next on Amazon Prime.
Yes, yes.
First a film and then a series.
Then a series.
No, I'm joking. But I'm just saying, there was so much material. But we tried to at least, include the landmark events in her life.
Yeah, yeah. Vidya, you've always made us proud with so much work that you've done. This is also
Thank you.
one of those that, written by a woman, about a woman. You are in the lead title role. You are happy with these times?
Oh, yes. And, this is my first experience with a female director,
Right.
female cinematographer.
Wow.
And we had of course, a lot of the other technical hands were also women. So you had Niharika Khan doing costumes. Yes. We have Antara, the editor, and Keiko was the cinematographer. Nayanika and Anu are the co-writers. Ishita is the dialogue writer. You have me and Sanya. And, on the production team, one of our producers is Shikha. So it was a women-heavy team. Our line producers were women. The art director, of course, Meenal. So it's just like, it's my first experience of working with, so many women on a film.
Right.
But I think the director, the captain of the ship, really sets the tone. And she is someone who's very, very demanding. Anu Menon is very demanding, but she brings out the best in you.
Right.
And I can say this as a team, there was no politicking, there was no ego. And we were all trying to do what was best for the film. I think I enjoyed that experience.
That's so amazing what you're saying. How often does this happen, this kind of an experience?
While I've worked with some very good directors, but I think it's a different approach working with a woman.
Sure.
I didn't know what that would mean, but I think what I found with Anu is that she was willing to, she was willing to accept all sorts of suggestions, not accept it, but at least give it a hearing. Right. And then she wouldn't negate anything or wouldn't be dismissive, didn't have an ego.
Right.
But finally, she had her vision very clear. So if it fit in that vision, she would accept it also. Right. But if it didn't fit in that vision, she would give you a reason. So I think that was incredible. Yeah. Wow. I felt like it was a really collaborative process.
Right. Even for us who's watching a trailer and, just reading about Shakuntala Devi, everything about her just makes you feel like, oh, wow, she did this also. Oh, wow, she did that also. How many of these instances surprised you all every day?
So many, like when Anu was writing the film, there were times when she'd call and say, guess what I just discovered? Or today I had an interview with Anu Banerjee, Shakuntala Devi's daughter, and she'd say, what she said to me? And I'd be like, oh my God, really? She did this also?
Right. Also, was she naturally confident, from your research, since you know so much more about her? I saw some interviews where she's talking to international journalists, traveling the world, speaking to a room full of, hundreds of people. This confidence was always there because she knew that she has this talent.
Yeah, this gift. And, I think she started doing her shows at the age of 3. So obviously she was used to applause, she was used to appreciation, which gave her a certain confidence. Right. So she was undeterred even when she had to go abroad and perform and stuff. There was so I think there was oodles of confidence.
Wow.
There was she was. And what I admire most is that at a time when people didn't even actually know probably what feminism meant, she actually lived.
She lived it. True.
She lived feminism. Is lived feminism the right usage? But I'm saying she was a true blue feminist, way ahead of her time.
Like she was a front runner. She didn't copy someone. That was just her personality.
Yeah, and unapologetic about her choices. As accepting of her weaknesses and her drawbacks as she was of her strengths.
Wow.
And I think that is amazing.
Great. And you are getting to play this, and we can't be more happy for that. Vidya, is this also a
Thank
time
you.
where you are enjoying watching web shows and web movies?
Oh, absolutely. I've been watching so much. It's unbelievable. I've been catching up on a lot of content. And it's so interesting to see the wide variety that is available.
Yeah, yeah.
And, and I'm so glad that our film's premiering on the 31st
Yes.
of July. The great thing is that, again, we're trying to make the most of this period. So people
Right.
can sit at home. And, this is one of those movies that you can watch with the entire family.
Right, of course. And they
From the
should. Everybody
youngest
should.
to
Yeah.
the oldest.
Yeah.
It's one of those family films. So I'm glad we are releasing it at this time.
Right. Also, will the release for an actor like you who's seen, there's a traditional big screen release experience to watch reviews, go to the cinemas. How will this release day be different?
We know. I don't know yet,
Right.
but I guess we'll discover that in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Maybe if you spoke to me on the 1st of
I
August, or
will.
maybe the 2nd or 3rd, by then I'll have a sense of how it feels.
Right, right.
But normally we do a trailer launch, and this time it was really a digital trailer launch. And
Yes.
I thought maybe that many people won't know about the trailer, but the reactions have been astounding.
I'm just glad I'm getting to talk to you even during this lockdown. Vidya, hope our next
Same
interview is
here.
in person.
Yes, I hope so too.
And
But
good luck
it's
for the
lovely to
movie.
talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you as always. Such a pleasure.